we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Good Monday morning from the office. Hold on a minute. I'm still practicing.
Obsequious.
Obsequious. Obsequious. You know how I am with pronunciation, so I got to practice. Obsequious. You know, Jake Tapper. All right, anyhow. Yes, this is my Georgia Bulldog sweatshirt that I wore Friday on the show. Nacho sauce and everything on it. Refused to wash it tomorrow. After the Bulldogs win tonight, I will wear it tomorrow. Cheese sauce, everything. And I'm not going to tell you, because you know we're happy Sam's back, but I'm not going to break the Bulldog fans' heart with what she just told me. I'm just not going to break your heart with it, but I am wearing it tomorrow, cheese sauce and all. I mean, I could not think, if you are wearing your Bulldog shirt, you know how many thousands of kids, damn kids, got all their Bulldog stuff out last night? Schools were going to be packed, absolutely packed, with kids today wearing Bulldog hats, shirts. I mean, it was going to be a Go Dogs day. But just the thought of possible freezing rain, just the thought it could happen. Now, I don't know. There may be areas where you're froze solid and you can't get out and the wheels are spinning and bada boom, bada bing, you know. I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. Poor little kids, man. Can you think of all the little kids that were home today, ready to get up, said, you know, this is one of the days. No, Mommy, please, don't say we don't have school today. I'm going to wear my Bulldog sweatshirt. Yes, there's an anticipation that it could happen. Just the thought. It could freeze. I'm sorry. I know. You're checking my mental stability now to drive this show, as though the liberal media is checking the mental stability now, and they're looking at Section 4 of the 25th Amendment. Is the president capable of holding office? Anyhow, he will be in Atlanta. Anyhow, let's get back to, yes, tomorrow I will have cheese dip and all in it right here. Okay, so, one, let's look at it like this. One, do you think we have the two freshmen? Okay, let's go with the two freshmen. All right, pull up. Let's go with Trump and no. Let's go with Herschel 1. Do I have a Herschel 1? Or let's go with Herschel 2. All right, remember this guy? No, yeah, 1 right there. Would that be? I can't see. Is that number 34? Herschel Walker diving over some Notre Dame defenders into the end zone. Would that be on number 34? I don't know. Is that him, Herschel Walker? I don't know. 34, is that him? 1980? Okay, let's go with Herschel number 2. There's Herschel Walker number 2. Okay? Yeah, there's Herschel, 1980, freshman. Interesting. Fromm's a freshman. Herschel Walker was a freshman. Interesting. Okay, here's number 2. Let's go with Herschel number 3. Oh, this is the one, folks. He cashed in. Herschel went from Georgia to the New Jersey Generals. But who signed him, put up Mr. Trump and Herschel? Right there, shaking the hand. The Jersey Generals, the USFL, the league that Donald Trump was hoping would bring down the NFL. Little did he and Herschel Walker know that years down the road, the NFL would be bringing down themselves and Donald Trump could celebrate a national championship with his friend Herschel Walker. I'm just telling you right now, folks, I hate to break it, Alabama fans, don't leave. I'm asking you, please, I'm begging you, don't leave. But Donald Trump is at the national championship game tonight because he is a Georgia Bulldog fan. I'm sorry. Now, how many in the Bulldog Nation are going, oh, please don't put that on us? Hey, he's a winner. He's a winner. He's shaking it. It's an omen, folks. It's an omen. I'm putting it all together for you. It's all together. Fromm is a freshman. Just think it out. I mean, I'm guaranteeing a Bulldog win right now. Just connecting the dots. There he is. Herschel Walker, freshman, right? Freshman. Was it 2 years? Was it 82 or 3 he won the Heisman? But 1980, they win the national championship. Herschel Walker is a freshman. Then he signs with the Jersey Generals with Donald Trump. Fast forward to 2018, the Bulldogs are in the national championship with a freshman quarterback and the president. There he is. There's Jake. Way to go, Sam. Nice move. There he is. Fromm is ready for tonight. Folks, I put it all together. We even have cheerleaders. Let's go to the cheerleaders for tonight's game, and then we'll come back and put the rest of it together. There's our cheerleaders for tonight's game. I put it all together. You cannot put this together. I got it. From cheerleaders to everything. Donald Trump is a Georgia Bulldog fan. Got it. Figured it out. Now, here's the other thing about the game tonight that's interesting. You know, I told you before we went to the break, right? I told you, the media does not want the President of the United States to go to the national championship game. I have already said that if this game tonight was held on a Sunday, you know, if they move the Super Bowl out of the way, held on a Sunday, all right, then this audience tonight would be greater than the Super Bowl. So the President of the United States, now, if somebody plays for the Queen, okay, they get excited, they play for the Queen or something like that, why can't we as America, I think it's great. Let me dial it down just a little bit. I think it is great that these men, young men, Alabama fans, this is for you also. I think it's great that these kids at Alabama, because these are kids, man, 18, 19, 21, got your occasional 27-year-old, you know, whatever. But anyhow, these kids are going to get to play football, both sides. The pressure's on both sides in front of the President of the United States. Absolutely. It is exciting. It should be something very exciting for these kids to get to play before the President of the United States. But what will happen all day long, the media will make a big deal about the President coming to the United States. Atlanta is a city, okay, that actually hosted the Olympics, hosted a Super Bowl, Final Four. I mean, there's been a lot of things happen here. You never heard this. There was fanfare when Barack Obama was going to visit Atlanta. Fanfare, okay? But President Trump tonight will be at the game. Now, here's a couple things I want to bring up, okay? Let's look at this. You remember this guy, Jacob? You remember him? Jacob? Yeah. You remember Jacob Easton? How about that? Leave him up there a little bit. Now, there's something that I want to remember. I'm just reading this. This is 4 months ago, okay? Do you remember the opening game of the season, Appalachian State, okay? And we don't take Appalachian State for granted. No, you don't play Appalachian State and take them for granted. You remember that? And you remember Georgia quarterback Jake Fromm, the freshman, steps in for Eason, handles first game. Remember that? It was expected Jake Fromm would play. Now leave Eason up there. It was expected Jake Fromm would play this season, but no one could have predicted how quickly he'd be pressed into service. Less than 10 minutes. I'll never forget. I watched this game, right? Less than 10 minutes into Saturday's opener against Appalachian State, Georgia starting quarterback Jacob Easton ran towards the sideline, hoping to make something out of a play gone awry. We all remember that. We remember watching that and wondering, oh my God. But Appalachian State defensive tackling Marquand Stark was there too. He hit Easton well out of bounds and got a personal foul, 15 yards, but the Bulldogs lost their quarterback. Now, Easton, this guy here, game one, Appalachian State University, this guy goes out. I got the sweatshirt on. You know, I've already got 2 nacho stains. I'm on, oh, hell, is this the season? What the hell? So we don't know how Fromm will react. He's a freshman, but I'm going somewhere with this. Stay with me. So he's out. Oh, my God. So Fromm comes in, and he's got Sony Michel, and he's got What's that other guy's name? Nick Chubb, by the way. He's got these guys. And you know what? So he comes in, the freshman. All right, for a moment he stepped on campus. Coaches, teammates have raved about his talent, blah, blah, blah. Given the circumstances, Fromm fared well, completing 10 for 15 attempts for 143, leave Easton up here, yards and a touchdown as the Bulldogs eased past the Mountaineers 31-10. Fromm did exactly what was asked of him. He played within the constraints of the offense, doing an efficient coaches could have hoped. Being as efficient. All right, now he moved on to where? So Fromm started the game instead, coming in as relief. Does anyone think the final score would have been much different? He moves on to play what? He goes on to play Notre Dame. All right. So what is the real point here? This is Easton. All right. Now who recruited this guy? Mark Richt. Right? This is your starting quarterback. Mark Richt recruited this guy. All right? I mean, I had the article up here. I read it earlier. This guy goes down 10 minutes into the first game of this season, and what happens? Put Fromm back up. All right? This guy gets to come in, and this is actually the picture of him in that game. He gets to come in. Who is he? He's not Mark Richt's draft choice. He's Kirby Smart's draft. See, this is the quarterback Kirby Smart brought in. All right? Now, I know there's a lot, there may be something said for this. I like Mark Richt, but let's see if anybody's thinking down the line where I'm going. Okay? You see, not only tonight, Georgia fans, not only tonight will you win the national championship, because I have the Georgia Bulldogs winning by 2 touchdowns, okay? Not a big score, but 2 touchdowns, all right? They're a home team. They went home last night. They didn't stay in Atlanta. Kirby Smart, I understand, took them back to Athens. They slept in their own beds, making a statement, we're the home team, all right? So they didn't get all worked up in downtown Atlanta. He took them home. That's my understanding. So Kirby Smart, folks, not only Georgia fans, will you wake up with a national championship, regardless of the outcome. I want to tell you now, regardless of tonight's outcome, this guy is a recruiting monster. He's a genius. Oh, damn, I shouldn't say genius because that's Donald Trump. Anyhow, this guy's a recruiting, you just monster. Get ready, because this is who Kirby Smart brought in. Now, not that Easton's a bad quarterback, okay? But you got to ask yourself, would we be in, Georgia fans, the hunt for the national championship tonight if Easton would not have gone down 10 minutes into that Appalachian State game and this guy stepped in, Kirby Smart's recruit, not Mark Richt's? You understand? You see, I'm not, there is a liberal push to sports media also. If Easton's the quarterback, and if they're playing in the national championship, and if he is the winner, then Kirby Smart would have to go with a national championship that had an asterisk that said Easton was Mark Richt's draft pick. Much like John Gruden does not get the credit for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kirby Smart would get credit for bringing a national championship, but it would be that he was winning, Now, I understand you're going to say, well, you got Nick Chubb, you got Sony. I understand. But this particular one right here, nothing to me would make Kirby Smart happier tonight than to see this guy, Jake Fromm, lead the Georgia Bulldogs to a national championship knowing this is his recruit. This is the guy that he brought in 10 minutes in an Appalachian State game and realized he needed to be running the show. And I'll tell you my comparison. Bill Belichick, whether you like it or not. Bill Belichick set Drew Bledsoe down and decided to put Tom Brady in. I'm not saying it's the same, but that's the guy right there. So the Bulldogs tonight President Donald Trump is a Bulldog fan. They will win. And my prediction, and I don't think I have any more, Jake Fromm will lead them. And that's exactly what, what's his name, quarterback, Baker Mayfield said. Baker Mayfield said the guy had control of his offense, had control of the field, and the players wanted to play for him and go win it all. So that's my thing on Jake Fromm and Herschel Walker. I think you will see a picture somewhere tomorrow in Atlanta media of Donald Trump and Herschel Walker tomorrow. And the president's a Bulldog fan, so I've already called that game. We had the cheerleaders and everything. So before I go off football, okay, let me just throw something else out there, okay? I know you're checking my mental stability. I understand that. I understand, because just the fact that I support the United States, there should be reason to check my mental stability today to run the show. But John Gruden, put up John Gruden's picture there, okay? All right, now it's John Gruden. John Gruden, he is Oakland Raiders coach at this time. He has some winning seasons with the Oakland Raiders. This guy does not have. Do you agree with Stephen Smith from ESPN and the rant? I don't know out there if you even know what I'm talking about, but Stephen Smith and the rant at ESPN, okay, about this guy getting the deal with the Oakland Raiders. He was successful with the Raiders, a couple winning seasons. Not a bad coach. He was recognized. Then he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a lot. Stephen Smith says that's a lot of people called that Tony Dungy's Super Bowl team. The year before, Dungy could not win with the Buccaneers. Gruden comes in and wins the Super Bowl with what is called Dungy's team. He leaves. He goes to ESPN. He's in the booth. He gets a 10-year deal, $100 million, but he gets ownership stake in the Raiders. And that is the discussion. Should Gruden get ownership stake in the Oakland Raiders? And that's what Stephen Smith was screaming about. Belichick doesn't have ownership stake. I mean, you name a lot of guys that didn't have ownership stake in a team. Gruden gets a 10-year deal, $100 million with ownership stake. And we got a picture of him grinning after he got the deal. This is what Gruden thought, John Gruden, of Stephen Smith's comments. All right, there he is. That's what he thought. There's Chucky. Chucky said, you know, here's what I think, Stephen Smith. I'm getting $100 million, 10 years. Anyhow, that's my football. I just wanted to say, can we close this segment with Trump and Herschel? Trump and Herschel. There's the president of the United States. I'm sorry, Alabama fans, but the president of the United States is a Georgia Bulldog fan, and I put all the dots together where they will win tonight. There's no way they cannot win. Oh my gosh. We're gonna drink the wine tomorrow, muscadine wine tomorrow, celebrating the national championship for the Georgia Bulldogs. Okay, let's go to break, and when we come back, let's talk the adoption bill. Let's talk the Georgia adoption bill. I want to talk about that. Today's the first day of session. Now, why do I feel it's important to talk about the adoption bill? You will too. I'm going to bring a circle around of who's going to stand up and who's going to sit down during this adoption bill, and how fast will it sail through the House and Senate in Georgia this year. Blue Ridge City Council tomorrow night. I'm going to give you a little preview of what could be happening tomorrow night, what we think might happen, but you'll have to be there to see it for yourself, all right? So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to have, let's see, I think we should have, I don't know, we'll go over it when we get back. We will look at the mental stability in some of Trump's tweets where he says he's a genius, okay? There you go. Take us a break, Sam.